to Yeah We Know Sports, episode 8. We
Yeah.
have guests.
We've made it without getting canceled, and we already have guests.
Took us an
We did
entire
not
8
think it would
episodes.
last this long. So,
You can't keep us down, anyone.
Welcome,
Welcome guests.
Flay and Charlie Albano on the podcast. Welcome.
Woo, yeah,
Welcome.
yeah.
To our Molloy Esports special part 1, because we will be back for part 2.
Yes, we're going to have Evan Callahan come on the podcast for part 2.
For part 1, we have Charlie and Chloe to talk about Smash. So, we're going to have Evan Callahan join us next week to talk about Overwatch. But today, we have Chloe and Charlie here to talk about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guys,
Just to give some background, and then we'll
Why don't we
hand
have
over.
our guests introduce themselves fully?
I was going to give the background first. So, Charlie and Chloe are both members of the Molloy Esports team.
Guys, introduce yourselves.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so I'm Charles. I go by Charlie, but my game name is Nightunio. I'm a Super Smash Bros. Player. I've played for about 2 years right now. I'm a King Deity main, and very recently, just got back from a tournament in Arlington, Texas, where we played in the CECC and competed against 24 other schools, including us, just for the grand prize.
Hi, I'm Chloe. My Smash tag is Mellow Yellow. Like the drink, I've never tried it though. Ironically enough. This is my first year in the Smash team. I did not get to go to Texas, but I supported them all the way from right here. And I am a Pyramithra player, which is mean DLC characters. So, yeah.
I have my feelings on that.
I'm a Greninja main myself.
Greninja.
I tried.
Yo.
And failed.
Joe cannot play Greninja, I can guarantee you.
I'm actually decent at Greninja. Any other character in the game, don't even try me.
I play Samus. I like the
Funny cat guy.
Not funny, annoying, and cringy cat guy,
All right. So, Charlie, tell us more about the trip to Texas.
Well, so we left Thursday morning, really early in the morning, about 7:30 from LaGuardia. We took the plane. We landed at around actually earlier than we thought. It was 10 o'clock there, which over here is basically 11. We drove over to the stadium. We got we have to sign in. Then we did a pretty professional interview with one of the guys.
What stadium? What stadium was that?
It's literally called Esports Stadium Arlington. It's right from outside. It's right across where the Texas Rangers Stadium is.
Oh, it's right across. Okay. Right across.
Small world.
Pretty close. And our hotel was probably maybe a 20-minute walk. So when it wasn't raining, which thankfully it only rained one day, we were able to make that walk for about 20 minutes just to be able to get to the, get there in time and warm up. But the first day it wasn't really just anything crazy. We were just playing random warm-up games, doing fun randubs between us, which is basically just random doubles for all you non-Smash competitive players. And after that, we did our jersey presentation where they called us onto the stage. We had to line up between all the different teams. They started with the lowest seed and went to the highest seed up above. So we were seed number 22 because we were kind of the small school.
Mm-hmm.
And they called us up. They announced our names. Now presenting for Molloy Esports, Smash Team, Nightunio, Euphine, Torna, and
Redacted.
He's gonna kill me for this.
Yeah, I saw one of your jerseys had redacted on it.
Yeah, redacted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is his name.
That's
That's just his name. It's just redacted.
It's redacted.
Yes, his name is redacted.
Yeah. Honestly, there are probably so many other redacteds out there, but
Yeah.
Oh no, I like that.
This is
That's a. I like
His
that.
is actually redacted, and
Yes.
it's actually redacted, not something else. But
Real redacted.
No.
yeah. But after that, we went back, went to sleep. Next day, woke up in the morning, played our first match. We did pretty good for the first game, but then we ended up losing the other two and got eliminated. We had to wait around for a little bit just so we could get into the losers bracket. And the first match we actually played was against Delaware, which we made pretty good friends with. And then afterwards, it was this other team that we ended up losing against. I forgot their name, but they were like very loud. I'll just say that. But then after that, we just stuck around because one of the players there, Eric, plays a really good Pac-Man, and he was doing like a doubles and singles, and he did pretty good with the doubles. He went up with this other guy from Oakland University, and they made it to like ninth. It's not in like California though. It's like some random school in like Michigan.
I think.
Okay, so it's not where the Oakland A's should be right now.
I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know the school you're talking about. They went on a run in the in March Madness a few years ago. If I'm thinking of the same school, they were 16 seed. They beat a couple 1 seeds.
Michigan, I think they're Michigan though. It could be it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Sure. But yeah, after that we hung around for a little bit. The next day after we actually went to Six Flags, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
We hit up a couple of the rides there. Then we went back for another one of Eric's single matches. Then we hit the park up again, like later that night. Then we called it a day. And then the final day was basically just we sat there and watched the finals. And we saw John Fisher College end up winning the entire thing. It was like a close game. It was like back and forth. And, it just came down like right to the wire, man. We saw the end of that, hang around for a little bit, said our goodbyes to like a couple of guys there. And then we left.
So, how far did Eric make it in the tournament?
Eric did pretty good. I forgot where exactly he did for singles. He won like a couple of singles. He played on like the big stage. But
that's pretty good. Ninth.
Pretty good.
Yeah, ninth in doubles. That was pretty good.
Cool.
I'm really proud of him for that. I'm proud of all of us. I mean, even though we got eliminated like so early, I think just as a team, like a small school, like from just New York, that like not a people have on their radars, just to be able to get invited down here, that's a huge accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, it's big.
It also helps build the name for Molloy.
It really does.
And we just became a university a few years ago, so we're still growing.
Yeah.
And then my question for you guys is, I mean, Nick, Maddie, and I, we're all performers. Chloe, too. How do you balance the esports with an academic career?
I'd say I balance it by just kind of setting up time for myself to play later in the day. I have a pretty good schedule normally. Like usually I have my classes in the morning and during the afternoons where I could usually work, I'm free that time. So I often usually do warm up like an hour or so beforehand, like on our matches. Our matches are usually online. We haven't really had the chance to perform any like LANs or whatever, or physical locations. In fact, we were actually going to have a tournament for our for like the playoffs for ECC, and there's an esports location located in Wantagh, just on like Merrick Road. But coincidentally, there was just like a giant car crash that happened right at the place, and it's been closed since.
Yeah, I think it's coming back, and like around now, it's like sometime this month or next month, it's supposed to be coming back. But
That's good news.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think just being able to set up time just to practice, and also getting together with the guys. Usually we have like one practice every week on Wednesday, and then afterwards that night we would have our ECC game. They were either like crew battles with 4x4 or just singles where we would play our own individual matchups, and it kind of helped us to get a feel of like how to play against certain characters, or even how to just play your own.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Chloe, what about you?
I mean, definitely I had a little bit of like at first having a struggle of being like coming into the school as a transfer and being like, this is a new school, like coming into being a performer and doing like performances, and then also doing esports, and all my classes would be from like early in the morning till late at night, and I've had a couple times where Nick can remember this. I've had to walk out of rehearsals multiple times to play games, and I'd be like, hey guys, I'm gonna come back whenever, and like when my game is done.
I remember there was a specific opera that
Yeah.
probably one of our classes, you were like, Hey Kyle, I need to leave this class at 8 o'clock because I have a tournament to go to.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I kind of have a game I need to play.
Yeah.
But it was, thankfully, it was in, like,
Yeah.
like, there was 2 major competitive seasons, like, the fall and the spring.
Yeah.
And when it really geared up, I would just, bleh. I would mention it to all the clubs that I was a part of, being like, hey, there is a chance this can happen. If yes, I can sit in the back quietly and do it myself, or, I can walk out if I need to, like if my team needs me, or something like that. But definitely just having, like, open communication with other clubs as well that I was in, and also, like Charlie said, just setting time aside for myself, and because in between all of the classes and performances and work I would do, I would barely have any time for myself. And the time I'd be having for myself would be just sitting in my bed, like either watching Hell's Kitchen or playing Smash Bros. So I'm like, but it definitely got easier as the year went on.
So the time you're
Yeah.
having for yourself is more gaming.
Yes. And
Can never go wrong with that.
Is it only Smash or is it Marvel Rivals with Nick and Maddie at 1 a.m.?
well,
We
I
have
can't play
we-
Marvel
we-
Rivals
we-
anymore
us
because
three
I'm
have
no
never
longer
played
at
together.
school.
Yeah.
Really?
We have to do that.
I don't have anything that'll run it, so, and especially because our esports program is now under athletics, so we're getting a little more
Oh.
strict on that, so I can't play it. But I'm like, I will survive. I have Dead by Daylight. It's okay. So.
Okay.
Hopefully Marvel Rivals comes to the Switch soon.
Which two?
Okay.
All right.
Cross
2
progression,
maybe,
please.
yeah.
All right. My question for you two is, why do you both main who your main is? So King DDD for Charlie and Pyromethra against my better judgment for Chloe.
I could ask you the same thing about your stupid big cat, Nick, but
Instant
No, we love the cat. We love the cat.
Thank you, Charlie.
Usually, like, he's like our funny character. Just like-
Exactly.
No, Nick, you
He's
suck.
just
our
He's
unofficial
just
mascot.
a funny guy. Oh, okay, I'll play Steve or Banjo or Joker.
I'll keep my thoughts.
I am Steve.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, Joe, you have lost your privilege to talk to the rest of the podcast. Okay. Okay, so
Finally stuck in a Minecraft movie moment here, guys. I knew I'd do it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think I usually first main DDD just kind of like as a joke character because tier ranking speaking, DDD just kind of sucks. Like he's slow, he's big, gets hit a lot. He's very like floaty too, so that leaves him like an easy target all the time. And his Gordo's always just reflect. But I found that with like he's very easy to pick up compared to like other players that require like a little bit more skill and time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just kind of had fun with the character. Part of it just comes with my own personal enjoyment of the character DDD as well. I mean, like in the games and whatever. And I think just kind of picking up who I wanted to play just kind of helped me perform a little bit better because there were games where I would go in and I'd be like, oh wow, I could do this thing with DDD that I can't really do with any other character. And it was just something
yeah.
I kind of grew used to. And what else? I think he also has kind of some of the funniest like kills.
He does,
I
yeah.
love if you see me play, I will go for that dash attack on the ledge like the entire.
Yeah.
It's like my go-to. Like the belly flop right down there,
Yeah.
it can kill at like for a heavy. It could kill like anywhere from like 50 to like 75%. It's
Yeah.
a really good option. It has like very high reward, even if there's a really good risk that you'll get like punished.
Yeah.
By it.
Whenever I do Instant Water, I always try to get that side B kill. Like, I just need it.
I hate you.
Land the perfect timing.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Why are we letting Nick talk about Incineroar? Why?
Okay, what about you, Chloe? Why do you main Pyro Mithra to my own opinion, I will say?
You don't have a right to talk, though, Nick.
From one questionable main to another. My original main that I auditioned with the team with, or tried out for the team with, was Inkling.
Ooh.
And I still think, I'm, gonna take the summer also to kind of evaluate who I'm gonna play next season. if I am gonna switch to Inkling, which I probably will, unsure. You heard it here first, folks. But I swapped to Pyramithra because I felt a lot more confident in the combos that I was hitting with them. I've been able to sometimes do like really good switches with Pyra and Mithra because if you swap at the right time, which is her downbeat, you can have iframes to an attack, and I've pulled that off multiple times. And one of them got us. It got me, I think, to win 2 matches in one of our crew games. So I can hit that downbeat, and I'm like, some of the timings I've gotten on it are very insane. And also with Pyra's upbeat, it's like Pyra in general is just a very heavy hitting character. She is quite slow, and Mithra is very fast and she doesn't do as much damage. So what I usually like to do is start off with a switch into Mithra and then go get enough damage where I can get them to about like 40-50%. And then once I do, I swap to Pyra until I can kill them. And I'm like, admittedly, it makes me lose a lot more than I win, but I love just doing the upbeat and just slamming down with Pyra and just seeing how far I can go and just seeing if I can win.
If there's anyone who knows about a bad upbeat, it's me. 2 of my... I have Steve, I have Incineroar, Joker as well.
Incineroar player!
The Nether!
No, don't, no.
I can mute him.
I think you should.
I think you should.
A serious question, though, to, counteract my Minecraft movie quotes. What other trips have you guys gone on this year? Whether it be local or anything else?
I mean, while Charlie and a couple people were in Texas, me, Evan, and a few other people were at a Long Island TCG show at Nassau Coliseum.
Oh.
And that was mainly, that wasn't, us going there and performing or, playing our games. It was more kind of just a put our names out there and recruit kind of thing. And it was a 2-day event. And we went to kind of just see who would want to work with us, get collaborations, and we did get quite a few people too. And there were really big names there too, and professional voice actors. One of whom I have the picture.
Oh, you told me this. You told me this.
I met the original voice actress for Ash Ketchum.
What?
Okay, we're gonna put this on in post-production.
Yeah.
So,
I will send the pictures.
Right now, as we're talking, you're gonna hear this. So
Send
you're gonna
me
see it as
send me the picture and I will put it in.
Picture him on the screen.
I also
Magic.
got-
Whoa.
I'll send a picture of that too. I also got an autograph from her. And then also, I did not get autographs from these people, but also there was the original voice actor for Professor Oak, the guy who did the Pokemon theme song.
Oh,
what the?
Voice actor,
Jason
Teresa's
Preach?
voice actress, a couple other people, and then if anyone's a Yu-Gi-Oh fan here, Kaiba's
Yes!
the girl who voices Kaiba's younger brother was there.
Mokuba?
Yep, Mokuba Kaiba.
Oh my
And
god!
and I got an autograph for my brother, and it's like a little Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's him trapped in the card.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh!
We should have gone there, but
We should have
like-
gone. Yeah, we
That-
should
We'll
have
have
gone at
another
that
one
point.
I think around the same time next year. I think, right?
all right. So
and
the show will probably be there next year, but
I got him too.
I'm looking. You have like a the Corona.
Corona.
That was a very unnecessary close up on my camera.
oh, look Corona.
There you go.
I still need to look Corona,
It
but
was probably cheaper than what they were selling at Comic-Con.
Probably. And then I got a bunch of pins and some cards. And yeah, have I blown my bank budget? Yes. But I'm like, but hey, we got people to work with us, which is all
That's
that matters.
good. Yeah, that's the main point of it.
We even got a head coach and head coach and coordinator from Nassau. So that's
Wow.
really good too.
pretty good.
And we got
Good.
former people that used to play, or people that high schools, guidance counselors that want to work with us. So we're very excited. And also we did, in April, around actually almost about exactly a month ago, we also did a 24-hour stream and we raised over $1,000 for Belly Baby Essentials of Long Island, and that was for to get like formula, diapers, food, whatever, like just baby essentials. And it's this organization, and they would distribute it all over the island to families and babies in need. And it was really fun, like just the entire event in general, just to even be a part of it. And I was one of the people that stayed the entire 24 hours. I immediately crashed after, though. I slept for 6 hours. Our coach Karina
by Monster and Hope.
Oh, 4 monsters were chugged in that entire stream. Hope you know.
I expected more from you, Chloe.
What? More monster or
more monster?
That's all I had. I only had 4 monsters.
You drink the monster.
Don't worry, I have more in my house. I have at least 12.
But anyway, to close out our interview with you two, how would someone get in contact if they wanted to join esports, or if they wanted to work with you guys? Is there a way to get in touch?
There's.
Like, this is mostly promotions.
Or if you want to collaborate with esports.
If you want to collaborate with, if you're a Molloy student and you want to join, you could definitely get a hold of, the two of us. We can put in our Discords or whatever, or Instagrams, whatever.
I'll put them on the screen.
Yeah.
Ooh, magic's happening right now.
Woo, on screen. And we can definitely, put you in touch with our captain or our manager.
Head captain, like Adam,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you want to work with us, we can also give you their Discords, so then you can talk to them directly. And for different games that we offer for esports, we have Smash, obviously, Overwatch, obviously, Rocket League, Valorant, League, we have Rainbow Six Siege, we have Tekken, I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's always like the opportunity of like adding new games.
Yeah,
in the future
and I think
forms.
Marvel Rivals is getting added.
Next year, yeah.
Nick and Maddie will have an unhealthy obsession with Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
At school now, too. Great. It's not just 1 a.m. at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you both for coming on the show. It was great to speak with you.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Wonderful to have guests on. And if you ever want to come
Thank
back, you are more than welcome to.
And everybody watching,
Go follow.
part 2, we will have Evan Callahan on, but we're going to transition to the next part, magic of editing.
Ooh, Maddie, pause the video.
Alright.
Okay, we're back. It's been a little while.
The Knicks they would be on the brink of playoff elimination. Oh, that's what he said. Oh, how do you feel, John? How do you feel?
You know what? I'm glad I'm wrong. Glad I'm wrong.
Sure, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Sure.
All right. So,
I am glad I'm wrong.
Sure.
So so this is going to be connected to the last episode we just did.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago now, because
it's been a little bit since we
It's
filmed.
been a week,
the
Joe, not
episode
2
with
weeks.
Charlie and Chloe.
well, no, it's been 2 weeks since we filmed the last episode. We filmed the esports a week ago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then various people had conflicts. Nick, cough, cough.
I got sick. What did you want me to do?
Not get a cold. Do better, Senator.
Sure. Okay. Fine.
All right,
Yes.
so-
just ending. We have a lot to talk about.
The Knicks pulled off the comeback that nobody thought they could, beating the Celtics. The
Celtics.
The Celtics in 6 games.
They were blessed by Pope Leo, the Villanova graduate himself,
The Villanova Pope.
or the Villanova Knicks destiny this year.
220-point comebacks and 1 14-point comeback.
And then a massive blowout in Game 6.
That was demolition at its finest.
But we do have to address the Jason Tatum situation.
Jason Tatum with
That was a blow.
As much as we are Knicks fans, we pray that Jason Tatum has a speedy recovery and that he comes back stronger than ever.
I mean, I'm gonna be so honest with Jason Tatum. Does the series end differently?
I don't think so.
I think maybe you get to Game 7, but
I think you get to a Game 7 at least, but that was a major blow to that team. That's all
yeah.
I'm gonna say. It was a major blow. But
Now we
the Knicks
have.
were the better team. They played better. They got hot at the right time.
Now you have to think: can the Knicks win it all now?
We played the Pacers last year, but we were really injured. But
You guys were demolished by injuries last year, so
And we pushed the Pacers to a Game 7. I'm personally gonna think this is gonna be Knicks in 5. That's my strong opinion.
Knicks in 5. Okay. I say Knicks in 6.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time in hopes that I'm wrong again.
Oh my god, Joe, you don't follow basketball. Your takes are not
You're gonna
valid.
get clowned again?
No,
Alright.
I'm gonna be serious. I think the Knicks take it in 6 games. Actually, no, 5 games because they have home field. My bad.
Home court.
Home court.
Home court advantage. Let's not go home
Like
court.
home court.
They play on a basketball court. There are football fields and basketball courts.
So
Just like baseball, it's
Okay,
stadium.
I was wrong again.
So the Knicks beat the Celtics in 6, and the Cavaliers had the biggest implosion since the 2015 Hawks.
Yeah.
They, after going 15-0 to start the year, just imploded against the Pacers. I mean, you could give the excuse that they were injured, but D. Mitch played the final few games. Like,
Yeah, he was himself. He was.
but you.
I don't know what
The
happened.
rest of the team just
You
did
can't
not show
implode
up.
like that. You're the 1 seed. You can't implode like that. And now the Knicks have home court advantage for the series.
They swept Miami, and they figured, not Miami, Orlando. No, yes, Miami. Oh my God, I'm losing it.
Huh?
They swept Miami,
Yeah,
and then they acted like they won the finals there and then, and they went to Cancun.
this was the Cancun series, I guess.
Yeah.
How did my
Then we
boy
had-
Donovan Mitchell do? Was he good?
He was injured. I just said that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear if Donovan was hurt or not. My bad.
Oh my God, this is why he can't follow basketball.
Joe keeps out of this conversation. Everyone.
Yeah.
Should I mute
Then
him?
we have whatever you call it. We
the
have
power to
Minnesota
mute.
going to the West Conference Finals, and he turned his camera.
I will be muted and unseen
That was
for this conversation, I guess.
Yeah,
Unless you guys
yeah.
want to be back.
We have Minnesota going to whatever you call it. West
Minnesota
Conference
going to the
Finals.
Western Conference Finals. I mean,
With-
you didn't have Steph
For the storylines, if it's Minnesota versus the Knicks, that I can speak on.
Minnesota versus the Knicks is gonna if it does come to that, it's gonna be a great series. I mean,
And I'm actually gonna watch it. If that's the series, I'll actually watch.
yeah,
That should get me to watch. Even
Yeah,
I know that'll be a juicy finals.
And then you have whatever you call it. OKC versus Denver.
Denver coming to a Game 7 tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got.
Who do you think takes it?
I don't know, but I still think that Shea is right now shooting free throws.
I'm gonna be
Shea
honest.
is still shooting free throws.
I think Denver pulls it out by the skin of their teeth.
Really? Do you think whoever wins this series wins MVP, like between Shea and Jokic?
I don't know. Do they do MVP voting before or after playoffs?
They do it at the same time that they do it. I believe. I'm not entirely sure. We aren't the most knowledgeable on basketball.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. But you know what it is reminding me of? It's very much reminding me of that that football game, playoffs, Lamar versus Allen. Very similar situation. 2 MVP caliber players playing for like winner takes all here, essentially. That is copyright. We are going to get sued, Joe.
I can say one line and not get copyright stricken.
Okay, well there you go. But yeah, it's a very close race. I think Jokic is gonna go to
You
the
think
distance.
you think Jokic and the Nuggets pull it out? Okay.
I think he goes off in an offensive explosion tomorrow.
And there's one more thing to talk about. Is Nico Harrison secretly a genius?
No.
No! What a chance! No! He got lucky! His ass was saved!
Degenerate gambler like the rest of Gen Z.
Oh boy! Let's go gambling! Oh, I win! Not dang it! Not dang it! Not dang it!
Joe. But yeah.
So
Nico Harrison getting very lucky there.
So
Very, very lucky.
obviously, what we're referring to
The draft
the
lottery.
1.8 chance that the Mavericks won the NBA draft lottery. 1.8% chance.
Spurs with the second pick, and then 76ers with the third, which I don't like that.
Jazz not even the top 3 with one of the worst seasons
I
of
know.
all time.
Insane.
Is it rigged?
Reminds me of another sport. Another sport where the worst team of all time could not be in contention for the number 1 pick.
We'll talk about that later. Later.
But yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Is it rigged?
No.
You don't
It's
think
just
it's rigged?
funny.
Joe, you have the floor. You don't think it's rigged?
I mean, I don't know. How can we say it's rigged? What do we think? The NBA went to the Mavs and said, hey, trade Luka to play with LeBron and Bronny, and then we'll give you the number 1 pick to take Cooper Flag?
It's a possibility.
I think it's a possibility. I mean, so there are a couple of
I mean, what in football, you could obviously make the argument that that is also rigged as well. And
I think the Chiefs get some favorable calls, but
there are some questionable calls made in sports that make the games seem rigged.
Yeah. Okay.
This is different. This is off the field.
Have you ever heard of the frozen card theory?
I did not know.
no.
So this involves the Knicks.
Oh.
In the was it the night? It was the year. I believe it was the year that Patrick Ewing was drafted, because Patrick Ewing was drafted first overall. They did it. It was. So they had a bunch of cards with the team names on them, and they drew the card, and whoever was drawn first overall.
Okay.
The theory was that they froze the Knicks card to make it feel colder than the rest of them, and that the commissioner could feel which one was colder and send Patrick Ewing to the biggest market, New York.
Wow.
That's the theory.
That's insane.
Damn.
There are so many theories out there.
That is insane.
I don't know how they do it with the. I believe they use ping pong balls like the NHL.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
We didn't talk about the Islanders yet?
No, not yet. We'll get to it in a second.
Oh, no, I forgot. Sorry, guys. I'm in a blur because it was
Yeah.
finals week last week, so I don't know what was before or after it.
A lot. Yeah.
That happened.
Insane.
But yeah, now.
Moving on to another number 1 lottery.
I do want to say,
Cooper Flag is a Maverick.
Yeah.
Unless Nico Harrison really wants to get fired.
there is the chance.
So wait, are Mavericks fans happy either way? Because if Nico screws this up, he's gone. But if he doesn't, they get Cooper Flag. They're happy either way.
I still, even if you do that, like, I think they'd still be very upset because Cooper Flag is a generational talent, it looks.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to say this right now. Luka's a free agent next year.
No.
I don't think he goes back. I don't think he goes back.
If he goes back and they get Cooper Flag,
Not with the way they treated him. Well, I
I
mean,
don't-
their fans obviously still love him, but not with the way that front office treated him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we've seen crazier storylines happen in sports. If Luka goes back and they get Cooper Flags, it could happen. Then Nico Harrison, I will say, is a genius.
If there's any team I want Luka to go to, I want him to go to the Knicks.
The Knicks afford him.
Knicks can't afford him. I don't think so.
Unless they trade someone.
Okay, so
Moving
I
on
think
to
we'll move
another
on now.
number one lottery
I
pick.
think
As
we'll
I
move on now to the NHL, where
said. Once
we
again,
are
I'm
very happy.
I'm muting for a minute because this is Nick and Maddie, and then I'll join in.
So the Islanders did kind of the same thing as the Mavericks with the 10th worst record in the NHL. Pulled out the number 1 overall pick. I remember coming home one day, my dad says to me, "Hey, we won the draft lottery." I'm like, "What?"
My professor interrupted me in the middle of my final and said, "By the way, guys, this is your one hint. The Islanders just won the draft lottery."
I'm like, "What?"
Like I was like,
Oh, Maddie, there is a big difference between the Islanders and the Mavericks. The Islanders actually had fun with their season. The Mavericks had one of the most sad seasons trading Luka mid-season.
Well,
yeah.
we traded Brock Nelson,
We
but
did.
Brock Nelson's not exactly Luka.
But we kind of did predict that Brock Nelson was going to get
Yeah,
traded.
we predicted Brock Nelson.
No
We
one
knew Brock
thought.
Nelson was getting
No one thought Luka was getting traded.
And you see, we
no
also
one can
got
say
a
they
good haul
thought
back
Luka
for
was
Brock
traded.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give my take on what the Islanders should do with the first overall pick.
I'll let you, because I have no clue about any of the hockey draft prospects.
Trade it. Trade it.
Ooh.
Trade down. So you've got 3 top prospects. You've got Matthew Schaefer, who is a defenseman. He's basically the consensus number 1, but he's not a Connor McDavid. He's not a Connor Bedard. If you notice the Connors here, they're all good hockey players are named Connor. He's not a generational talent. And you've got Michael Misa, forward, 6'1" out of Saginaw. He's again not, and then you've got James Higgins, center out of Boston College, huge Islanders fan.
Yeah. I remember you talking about him previously on a previous episode. That's who you.
I mean, you can take him with 1,
but he isn't the number 1 pick.
He was.
Was.
He was.
But he isn't.
The problem is he had a horrible season at Boston. He did not have a good season at Boston.
He's still what, top 5?
He's still in the top 5. He's consensus number 3.
But then if you really want him, is it really reaching? If no one's a
It'd
generational
probably be
player?
a reach. At this point, it'd probably be a reach.
Yeah.
Which is why I say trade down. Get the haul you want. But the problem is everyone's going to be pissed. And the reason why is because we just fired the guy who traded all our first round picks. We traded.
That's the thing. I don't think you're going to trade because you just fired Lou.
Exactly.
Like, that's continuing Lou's regime.
We
You kind of got to decide one way or another. Because the fans are going to be like, oh, it's just another Lou.
That's it. I was talking to my friend the other day, and I'm like, but everyone's got to be mad because you're just continuing Lou. But if you can get another first round pick, or
a first
an
round
elite
next year,
prospect out of this,
you
Built
do
a
it.
farm.
because.
But how far do you want to trade down, Maddie?
Like 2 picks.
Two
or
picks.
something.
Two
Not
picks.
far.
Would you get a prospect
Trade
for
down
that?
2 picks and take Schaefer. Or not? No. Schaefer's going 1.
Yeah.
Trade down 2 picks and take Higgins.
Will he be there at 3?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hold on. I need to look up the draft order. I believe the
I have it. I
believe-
just had it up. Give me a second. Hang on.
Blackhawks have 3rd. So the Blackhawks are looking for a defenseman. Because they've loaded up on like they had the first overall pick last year.
The Sharks are number 2. Though. Wait, I
Sharks
thought
are
you said
number 2.
the Sharks had the number 1. I thought you said.
Nope. Islanders had number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, you're no.
They had a first
Sharks
round.
number-
They had a first overall
number 1 last
player.
year. So
Oh.
Blackhawks is number 3 in number 1 in 2023. Sharks
Yeah.
at number 1 in 2024. Islanders at number 1 this year. So it's Islanders, Sharks, Blackhawks, Mammoth, Predators. Other news. The Coyotes, who moved to Utah, have renamed themselves to the Mammoth, which I think is a great name, and they have an amazing logo.
Yeah.
I will put it up on the screen here.
Pretty cool.
They have an
Not
awesome-
gonna lie.
They have an awesome logo.
Mammoth is also a badass name.
Awesome name.
Better than the Coyotes.
The Coyotes moved out of
Yeah.
Arizona a few years ago.
Coyotes, it's still a good name, but Mammoth is a good name.
Those were a great name. They had a
Mammoth, I think, are better.
yeah.
But do we want to?
sign the Buffalo Sabres?
Do we kind of want to talk about, since we were speaking of trades, move to baseball and talk about?
Wait.
No,
Let me
we're
finish
still
this
covering
up
hockey.
first.
Not yet, baseball boy.
So,
You're not up yet.
Let me finish this up. So
Yeah.
the Blackhawks are looking for a defenseman, and I think the Blackhawks would probably
100% take that trade up.
Would probably bite on a trade. They've loaded up on a lot of forwards in the past couple of years. Bedard, Korchinski. They also need a goalie, but you're going to address goalie a lot later. And I think they probably bite on a trade. They'd probably give us a first-round pick next year, and I think that first-round pick would probably still be probably a lottery pick. And yeah, I think the Islanders could get a really decent haul and still get Higgins from.
Yeah.
Also, Higgins is a good friend of Cole Eiserman, who was the Islanders' first-round pick last year, who also went to BU. So they have that connection, and that is my analysis of the NHL draft.
Yeah.
Excellent analysis, Tony. But you know who would be a great fit on the Islanders? Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Okay.
Very Mahomes team, but Mahomes still on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of trades,
Yeah, I think
we have to talk about manager badness to lead into our next topic.
Bud Black, Brandon Hyde, whatever the Pirates manager is named.
Bye.
Bye.
You already used your copy. We're gonna get sued. Good job, Joe.
I don't think they're gonna come after us for
I know.
the 8 subscriber channel.
Hey, we could get more. From this.
We say bye. It's
That's
the same.
twice now, Joe.
It's one line. It's the same line.
Keep repeating it though. But moving on to baseball.
Three managers have
week.
hit the dust since the last
Three
time.
managers fired in a week.
Yep.
Basically a week.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a
Let's
couple
start with
different
the
topics we can talk about here. So
Yeah, let's start with the Pirates. Ooh.
Derek Shelton should not have gotten fired. Yes, the Pirates have been awful, but it's not his fault. Ownership needs to spend.
Yeah.
Derek Shelton on a good team, like with someone who spends money, could be a decent manager. He hasn't made bad decisions. He just hasn't had the team around him.
as we talked about last time, the Pirates' ownership is just horrible.
Mhm.
Like the organization itself is just horrible.
That leads me to a question. Do you trade Paul Skeens while you have the chance?
I think that we should talk about the other two managers and then go back to Skeens.
Okay, I like
Because
that.
Skeens is his own. We'll have to spend 10 minutes just on Skeens, probably.
Yeah. But yeah,
Skeens
Pirates.
is like a one case where you're like. But Pirates, you can't blame Derek Shelton.
No, I don't.
He was giving dog shit to work with. And he only got fired because they're not going to fire the GM or the owner. Because you can't fire the owner. The owner won't sell the
You
team.
also do have to think he's been there for a good couple seasons. He's had like a 60 or 70 game difference towards the losses and wins. It's not a pretty look on you, even then, after like 5 or 6 seasons.
I agree. It's not a pretty look on him. But
So-
what could he done better?
I know, but sometimes you just need a fresh start.
And
Ownership.
unfortunately, the Pirates have still been horrible since their new manager took over. Moving
Well-
on to Colorado.
Let's
Bud
talk
Black-
about the worst baseball team of the 21st century.
Bud Black should have been out a long time ago.
I don't know. But
He should have been out. Like,
this is hold on. I want to pull up the quote that Dave Roberts said about. Hold on, because I know Dave Roberts spoke about Bud Black getting fired. You two talk about this for a second.
honestly, I understand where people are coming from, that the team, but also I think with the Rockies, what needs to happen is they need to change how they develop pitching, because you can't have a starting pitcher be a starting pitcher in Colorado.
Okay, this is the quote that Dave Roberts said about Bud Black. I'm bummed. I'm disappointed. I don't think Casey Stengel could change the outcome of that ball club, and that's not the manager's fault. And I kind of agree with him.
I agree with him. However, I think
What
this
are the
was a
masks?
long time coming for Bud Black. I don't think it was just of this year. I think Bud Black has shown in past seasons that he wasn't up to the job when they weren't this bad.
I
Like
think
this year, I agree with Dave Roberts. Casey Stengel couldn't change that team's fate.
Yeah, I think this is the worst baseball team ever assembled. I'm going to be honest. They are
Exactly.
going to break the White Sox record that they established last year. And let's talk about it. They can't get the number 1 pick.
They can't get like a top 10 pick.
They can't get.
It's just-
They can't get a top 10 pick because of anti-tanking rules.
No, they can get it. They can get 10th overall.
Okay, so they can get a top 10 pick, but
At that point, 10 and 11 is not a big difference.
10th pick.
Just disaster.
So I'm gonna read this out from the MLB's website. Due to the MLB's revenue sharing rules, teams that are considered payer clubs, those that contribute revenue sharing dollars rather than receiving them, are ineligible for consecutive lottery picks.
How
And
does that
the
work?
Rockies,
White Sox. Let's
is
think about
so
that.
low in payroll they've been receiving.
The
Oh.
White Sox received a lottery pick in the 2024 draft and are a payer club, making them ineligible for the lottery in 2025.
That's
Which is why they're picked 10.
This is why they're picked 10.
disaster
And
class.
the Rockies have... What pick do they have? They have to have the top 10 pick because
Yeah.
they can't get in 2026.
Hang on, I'm looking.
We're looking.
Leaves. The Rockies have the 4th pick.
Yeah.
4th pick. So, it's just a disaster all around.
Another question is Colorado really the best place for a baseball team?
I mean... Well, is it the park?
The altitude is killing them.
Well, that's just a hitter's park in general because of that.
But the altitude is the problem.
Well, do you play to that altitude? Do you spend on power hitters or?
That's what you should be doing, but the
Yeah.
pitchers, it's not gonna. That's the thing. It's
Well,
a hard place to have a ball club.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna stay in Denver, you have to start developing your pitching in a way where it's not. You need 6 quality innings. Maybe just building shorter term arms that can effectively get you through 4 innings each start, while keeping the ball in the park.
That's
Well,
horrible for
and then
player
you-
development, though.
You need to develop your pitchers differently
They've
because
had
it's
success.
Colorado.
They've had success before. They
Yeah.
made the World Series in 2007.
Yeah, it's been successful.
They're. It's not like they're. It's not.
They
like
also
they're-
had Arenado for a point in time and did nothing with him when he was in his prime.
Yeah, they.
They're a mess. And how long has their GM been there?
No clue.
Okay, another good question.
I'm looking it up.
Or another question: how long have the current owners been there?
Yeah,
Rockies fans don't deserve this.
they don't.
Okay, again, I do
This
think
is-
we should.
He's
move
been
on
there
to
since
the-
October of 21.
October 21.
That's yeah.
When was
Gonna
the
be
last time
5 years after, 4 years after this year. Excuse me.
Once again, it's a mess. But now, so we don't spend all our time talking about the worst team in baseball because they don't
I
deserve
do want
it.
to go over this quickly, since we've been covering draft lotteries all episode. Do we think draft lottery is a good system?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Rockies don't deserve to have a top 10 pick if they do this year after year. Same for the White Sox, same for the Pirates.
But then that leads me to this question: if draft lotteries work so good in other sports, do you think the NFL should adopt one?
100% yes. But once again, we're not talking about the NFL now because we have to talk about the Orioles and then Paul.
Well, here's my thing with any draft lottery. I think it's a bad system. I think the teams that play bad deserve to have the better picks. Like, I get tanking and stuff, but whatever you call it, it is a lot harder to tank in an 162 game season of baseball than a 17 game season of football.
I disagree because the trade deadline,
does
you
have a
can
draft
dump
lottery.
your players off in baseball for the last
That's
60-ish
true.
games.
I just think the draft lottery is kind of a dumb system as it is now. Like, a team like whatever you call it, the Islanders, as we all Islanders fans, can get a number one pick, or the Mavericks can get a number one pick when there are teams much worse than them who deserve that pick more.
I do.
But they're
Well,
trying the teams that are getting the picks. We shouldn't be giving teams who are horrible, and ownership allows them
Oh,
to
you
be
should,
horrible.
because the way to fix a bad team is by giving them the talent to
It's by
develop
having
it.
owners who care about the team. Horrible
I
owners
think that-
should not be rewarded year after year.
I
Just
do think
because
that
a
the
team is bad does
lottery-
not mean it's poor ownership. You have to take
Oh, no.
I think that the
I agree.
lottery
Yeah.
is partly rigged.
Yeah, we agree to disagree. That's my take on it.
I agree that having a bad team does not mean you have a bad owner.
We agree to disagree.
I agree to
That brings
disagree.
me back to my question about Paul Skeen, speaking of bad ownership.
We have to get to the Orioles first.
I forgot about the Orioles.
Listen, the Orioles. This is again, I think
You
the
want to
GM,
talk about a disaster? You look at the Baltimore Orioles this season.
The GM
What is they?
their three best pitcher let their best pitcher go. Then there's two other best pitchers wind up on the IL. And
I
Brendan
wouldn't-
Hyde was just a casualty of it all.
They're not even like anyone near Corbin Burns as well, which is the scary part. And they were the best pitchers after Burns left.
It's the GM's fault again. Yes, Brandon Hyde was obviously not doing a great job.
Yeah, but I don't want to speak so much on manager stuff. I actually want to speak on the actual team and stuff. Like, not general manager, like manager and stuff.
I don't know if you can blame Hyde.
Manny, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, you let go of too many pitchers in the offseason. I think that's
Exactly.
the
That's it. You can't blame Hyde.
bottom line.
You tried to half-ass your You tried to half-ass your pitching staff, and this is what happened.
Well, if we're gonna talk about half-assing pitching staff, Joe, we kind of did sign Frankie Montez and Griffin Canning as Mets. We just got away with
Well,
it.
that's
But David Stearns knows what he's doing.
Stearns knows what he's doing.
It's David Stearns. That's the thing. Stearns has a track record of doing it right. This Orioles GM,
Rockies GM.
don't say. Well, the Rockies GM's an idiot too. Ellis should have done everything he could have to keep Burns. I understand he made an offer that was close to what the Snakes made.
You do have to
He could have
consider
upped that offer.
I think the O's did have a better offer. I think it's just that Burns wanted to go back to Arizona, like to home in Arizona.
Which is fair, but then when he signed, there were still pitchers on the market.
I mean, also Rodriguez getting injured isn't the best help for them.
No,
And
it's not.
Getting injured and stuff.
And once again, are they gonna go trade for Alcantara now?
I mean, he's not having the best season either.
Yeah, he's kind of having a disastrous season.
Like you get him at a discount?
Can you?
That is a
use
fair
the-
point. You
what he
could
was?
sneak him at a discount.
Can you? Is it the Marlins effect? But like, are the
It
Marlins?
could be.
The Marlins are known to trade their players whenever,
Yeah,
just
okay.
when they see an offer they like. But speaking of trading, now Nick, we can get to your question.
Now we can
All
talk about
schemes.
schemes.
I'm gonna give you a big build up. So normally when a player has 4.5 seasons left to control, because don't forget, Skeen's won Rookie of the Year, so
Oh,
that's a year of
yeah.
service time that's already eaten up. This is, I think, going to be pre-ARB 2 for him this season. Whatever you call it. You normally don't trade a player with that much time left. However, the Pirates aren't going to be good for a very long time. Because
And if you
ownership
trade him
won't
now, you
spend.
get a haul.
Unless ownership says, okay, we know we need to spend to make this team viable. Do you trade Paul Skeens? Because they considered trading Jared Jones in the offseason.
I don't think you
remember
traded
that.
the deadline.
I think he's gone after his contract. I think he's just out of there.
He's gone. He's not
Oh,
saying.
yeah, he's not signing with the Pirates.
But that's the thing. Do you trade him now when you get maximum value for him?
It's the same thing you can sort of consider with Ohtani as well with the Angels. They didn't trade
Except they-
Ohtani back in whatever you call it, 23 at the deadline.
But the Angels had a chance back.
No, they didn't.
Sorry, guys. Still
Like,
allergies.
let's be honest. The Los Angeles Angels, the Anaheim.
Oh, you mean during the season?
Re-signing Shohei Ohtani.
Nick, you mean during the
I think he needs
season?
a chance to re-sign him.
They had a chance to resign him. I thought you meant during the season. I mean, during the offseason, I thought you meant. They should not have traded him during the offseason because going into 23, they had a chance to win.
No, I meant at the deadline.
At the deadline, they should have shipped him off, but
100%.
once again, they wouldn't have gotten anything close to what the Pirates can get for Paul Skeens right now.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of like the Juan Soto trade that sent him
A
to the
couple of prime
Dodgers.
prospects.
If Paul Skeens is to be traded, he's a
Wouldn't
Detroit
happen.
Tiger, I think.
I don't know why you can't trade picks in the NHL.
That's going to be addressed in the new CBA. I think you need to be able to trade picks.
Yeah, you need to be able to trade picks because it's just you need to it's I'm trying to think of the word.
Maddie, while you think, can I
Yeah,
give
go
what
for
I if I'm the Tigers, I'm calling up and I'm offering my top 3 prospects
The Tigers.
because they have the 7th ranked, 26th ranked, 47 ranked, 81 ranked, and 86th ranked. So I'm definitely giving Max Clark. I'm even willing to give Max Clark and Kevin McGonigal and then another one of the 3 for Paul Skeens. Hell, if it takes another 2 of the 3 for Paul Skeens, I'm giving it because Paul Skeens paired with Tariq Skubal.
That's the deadliest 1-2 punch in baseball.
Yeah, you're gonna
Like in a
dominate
postseason thing, you're done.
You're gonna
Sorry, guys,
dominate
allergies are killing me today.
for years to come with that.
Yeah.
And you get 5 more runs at a World Series with it.
Hopefully they could actually execute this time.
Then you have one of the scariest possibilities of where he can go. The Dodgers.
Or
If
the
that
Yankees.
happens, I am quitting baseball. I am covering
Yeah.
the Buffalo Bills purely. And the Knicks. That's it. Knicks, Bills, and Islanders. No more Mets, no more any other team. I just quit baseball then.
He can't go to the Dodgers. It's not gonna happen. Where did he go?
Guys, I'm preparing for what my face is going to look like if Paul Skeens is a Dodger.
So Joe is just not going to exist.
No, you just won't see my face anymore.
Another possibility could see him going, and I like this possibility, the Boston Red Sox.
Ooh, Paul Skeens of the Red Sox.
I'd love to see Paul Skeens terrorize the Yankees like
Even
3
Crochet
times
is
a year.
also
Yeah, but the thing is, they only have 3 top 100s.
True.
still. But if they're gonna address picks in the next CBA, I think you could get some.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be gone before that next CBA, I think.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Max Clark is an outfielder. McGonigal's the second baseman or a shortstop. And then whatever you call it, you have another shortstop, and then 2 first basemen, less catchers.
Yeah, I mean, with Javi's resurgence, you maybe don't need an outfielder.
You have
You're gonna
Javi
need shortstop 'cause
and
Javi's contract's gonna be up in 2
right
years.
now.
Javi's contract's going to be up. These guys are going to be ready in 2027, it projects. So once again, the Pirates maybe they'll be able to contend if they get one of these guys, but
They could, you never know.
that's the thing.
All right.
Because their farm system, I think,
Ciao.
I don't know how good it is, but I'm checking now.
Joe,
It's not terrible, their farm system, so who knows?
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. We want to say a big thank you to Charlie and Chloe for joining us. On the podcast. Obviously, this episode is is going to be a big combined one.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with our normal episode. We still have to get Evan on the podcast. Evan Callahan to talk
That'll be soon.
Overwatch with us.
And then
We'll talk Subway Series next time.
yeah.
Because we're tied up 1-1.
Yes. Me
And-
and Joe.
Yeah.
Me and
To
Joe will
end-
be going to a Yankee game soon. We'll probably get a vlog up with that.
So you're going to see the mini blog probably before you see the next episode.
I won't be there because I had to take all my sick days from work this week.
Wompity
So-
wompity womp womp womp.
Yeah. And then to end the episode quickly, as a little exit ticket, I want to get your takes for NBA Finals.
It has
We're
to be
down to
Knicks
4
versus
teams,
Timberwolves.
so answers are going to repeat.
Knicks Wolves.
It has to be Knicks Wolves.
I think we.
That would be
I
great
think
for
we-
ratings.
I think we just didn't beat the Pacers last time because we weren't healthy. Knicks
Yeah.
Wolves.
We also have Cat this season as well.
Knicks Wolves.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Knicks are a better team than they were last year when they played the Pacers.
Exactly. Knicks Wolves.
Versus the
Yeah.
Wolves. Will feed families. But anyways, that's going to wrap us up.
Yep.
We'll see you next week with a Subway Series recap. The first
All right, everyone.
or 2 game reactions to the Knicks versus the Pacers.
Remember,
And we'll
follow
laugh
us
at Joe
on
Smart.
Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, we know sports.
And
Yeah,
maybe
we
Don
just-
Rogers will sign by next week.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
We'll see you guys
All
Hey,
next.
right.
Derek Carr.
Oh shoot!
Oh, yeah, Derek Carr.
Good catch by me before we close out the episode.
So I guess our real closer is Derek Carr retiring.
Does that mean Aaron Rodgers is a New Orleans Saint?
Or do they go into the season with the worst QB room of all time?
Yeah.
And tank for Arch Manning.
That is for you, the viewer, to think upon. We will
Comment below.
next episode.
All right.
Take care, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye
Bye, everyone.
guys.